I lived most of my life relatively death-free. I guess I couldn't keep that up forever. I always knew. As many of you know from my internet postings, I'm a new member of the Dead Dad Club. Not looking for sympathy. I know most of you got there well before I did. And I'm not going to hijack this platform for a full-scale eulogy for someone you never met. But since I'm here, I think maybe I'll sketch out a few things. Also, if I say anything funny, it's okay to laugh. I won't get mad. His name was Hyman Kaufman. Professionally, he had a career as a film editor, strictly documentaries. His main claims to fame were the Jacques Cousteau and National Geographic's TV specials back in the day. Because of that, I have personally stood on the deck of the Calypso. Later, he worked on The Incredible Machine, that was a TV show about the human body. He also worked on several movies and TV shows about rock musicians, CCR, Tina Turner, Elvis, the Beatles, which may have contributed to my obvious delinquency. That was professionally. Then there was personally. I remember in my 20s and 30s fantasizing about my father's eventual death and my turn to speak at the memorial. There would be a crowd of people who would each understand that I was the one who had absorbed the brunt of his craziness, his willful ignorance, his I am from Mars routine, where he refused to acknowledge common assumptions of contemporary culture, his out of proportion anger and rejection. I would approach the dais seething but contained. I would resist an angry rant, although everyone knew I had it in me. I would make a joke that everyone would understand. How do you get my father to change his mind? Agree with him. But like most people, my attitude mellowed with time. When it comes down to the nitty-gritty, we tend to remember the good, right? Some people didn't have any good times with their father. I definitely did. Although he was known for his stubbornness, even that could have an upside. Some of you were around, I think it was 11 years ago, when I told the story of when he refused to leave the small town airport in Northern California until the plane that was taking me back home to LA finally got into the air. 4 hours later, when the flight was finally canceled, he was still there waiting to drive me back to his house for one more night. Both my parents went out of their way to give me and my younger sister a good start in life, including my father driving 30 miles out of his way every weekday morning to take us to a private school when we were very young. Years later, I would squander my academic advantage by abandoning any serious attempt at a college degree. Not only did those darn after-school specials encourage me to believe in myself and my dreams, but my own father inadvertently doomed me when he brought those first few Beatles records into the family home, thus giving me a dream to believe in, which is a really bad idea if you ever want to collect Social Security. My father offered an apology once he realized what he had done, but my fate was already sealed. It's possible I would have heard of the Beatles, even if my father hadn't personally brought the records into the house, but I'll leave that for historians to debate. Despite seeing my own father's name on both the small and large screens many times, he was such a profoundly un-Hollywood type of person. it was and is hard for me to connect him with the industry. He was just my father. Everyone who knew him knew of his odd passion for buying secondhand clothing. He would stockpile his stuff and then give it away. And for those lucky enough to partake, he really did set the standard for making cocoa. He added some secret ingredient. Was it love? When I was in high school, I remember time after time, me and my friends would end up calling him to come pick us up from wherever we were stranded this time. And eventually he said, I remember him saying, "It's okay, I'm willing to do it, but I'm just curious. Why don't you ever call any of the other parents to come and get you?" Without hesitation, my friends all said, "Because you're the only one who will do it." But as time went by, various factors changed. Like many kids and their parents, there were many years of strained relations. When President Jimmy Carter threatened to reinstitute the military draft, my father made the insane comment that maybe that was just what I needed. That army would be good for me. And he pulled it back by saying, "Nah, you'd be the first person killed." Because I'm so stupid and I never pay attention to directions. I swear, I do have witnesses to my vain attempts to communicate with the man. But so often it seemed that he would just erect a wall to keep out whatever information I was trying to share with him. My thoughts about my life, thoughts about, thoughts and stuff. But at least I still wanted to try, because I knew who my father was inside. As a lot of you know, the old commercial, "I've fallen and I can't get up," is no joke. Last March, my sister went to his house and found him on the floor where he'd been for several hours. Food everywhere, ants everywhere, secondhand clothing everywhere. By the time she got him to a hospital and then a rehab center, he couldn't walk, he could barely talk or remember anything. By the time I got there for a 3-day visit, he had improved quite a bit. But still, at age 89, I knew he'd never live on his own again. The patients at this hospital-like facility, who were still capable of leaving their rooms, spent their days sitting at a long, plain table in what was generously referred to as the dining room. They sat there and looked at each other. They were fed. There was a TV on the wall. There was a piano and board games. No one ever played any of them. After 20 years of entertaining senior citizens, I knew how to handle the situation. With my father no longer physically or mentally capable of exerting any measure of dominance, I assumed leadership of the table. I easily raised their energy level and got the old people interested in their lives again, in life in general, at least while I was there. Though I was decades younger than all of them, it might as well have been the other way around. I was clearly the adult. When I finally turned to leave, my father offered me these parting words. "I'm getting to know you, David." Sunday, June 25th, was a super busy day for me. I had 5 gigs booked. 5. Starting with a church gig, then 4 nursing home gigs. When I got out of the 3rd nursing home, I saw that my sister had called my cell phone 6 times. I knew that wasn't good. I didn't want to be pushing buttons on the phone while I was driving, so I dialed her number, then started pulling out of the parking lot. I just missed backing into a passing car as my sister let her emotional dam burst with the news, "Daddy's dead!" She was hysterical, partly fueled by guilt that if she had done something different, he would still be alive. I simultaneously dealt with the news itself, my sister's feelings, making immediate plans and decisions, all while driving. Driving where? My final gig of the day was the very nursing home where my own mother lives. My sister and I intuitively decided that I should hold off on telling her the news, at least for now. It would have been like, here I am for my weekly show here. Oh, and by the way. So, instead, 90 minutes after learning of my father's death, I had to keep my mouth shut while singing and being Mr. Entertainment for a solid hour while my mother sat 8 feet in front of me. At one point, I played a Carpenter song. Let's say it was "We've Only Just Begun," because irony. When I finished, an old man called out to me, "I just heard that Carrie Carpenter died of bulimia." News travels slow in some circles. I gently corrected him. It's actually Karen Carpenter, not Carrie. "Oh yeah, Karen Carpenter. Carrie Carpenter died of bulimia." Which prompted an old woman to call out, "Who died? Somebody died? Who died?" I felt a swell of anxiety in the room, and I had to be the adult again. I announced over the microphone, "Nobody died. Nobody died.